Hello, my name is Vivian.
And I'm Hector.
And I'm Charlie. See, I would have been happier with Charlie having that voice, even if he was still useless. We just have him around. Charlie, what do you think about this? I'm Charlie. Hey.
Moving on.
This is why I should run Stars Without Number.
So
I'm
All
on
you
your
robots talk.
then the call comes in and Rebecca is there. Thank you for being patient. Have you been able to get any word between then and now?
We haven't reached out to them, but we have done some digging on the planet.
Oh, all right. Well, we find anything worth noting yet, or just jump into it?
There is an Alliance-approved, company there that's... The boss down there, at least the guy in the office, seemed to have some shady transactions going on. Now, they have two more facilities that are basically shut down, so there's no more mining happening, and the cameras are conveniently turned off. So, that is a point of interest.
That certainly is a something that's. I mean, these rim operations often do have those kind of shady deals. I know it's kind of strange that I know that, but I'm often on the fringe with research facilities, and we have to deal with these corporations. And while extortion is something that's not out of their vocabulary, they will do anything they can to turn a profit, as personally or for the corporation themselves. So maybe that is an avenue, an idea to follow down. Either way, you at least still have that frequency to get in touch with them directly. I did get the approval. I did get the approval to give the funding to you. However, but it doesn't matter. It's bureaucracy on my side. Has nothing to do with you. We have the funding. The 5 million credits. We have it.
That is good. That means we at least have a backup plan in case we don't find them.
I'm willing to transfer it over to you.
It might be good to do it, but understand that we will try to use it as a last resort. It would be very, very, very good if I could end up transferring it back to you.
That would be wonderful. It would be. So yeah, I can. Do you want me to send it now?
Might as well.
Ollie, can you please update the ship?
What was
fund?
that? 55 million?
Yeah. Add a couple of commas onto the ship fund, please.
Yeah.
That's a lot of zeros.
5 million bucks.
How did the transfer? Ding, ding. You're actually getting a ping because you guys are in the situation room. You're getting a ping saying that there's something scanning your ship right now. Like the monitor kind of pops up saying that.
I'm gonna sprint like a gazelle to my scanner and start scanning it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Sid ever really leaves the bridge, so it's a good thing.
So you're not a part of the conversation?
Probably not.
Or would you lean in the doorway?
Probably.
I imagine the captain
The
actually
situation
has a
room-
console or something
Yeah,
so that they could be there in some
You can
capacity.
probably filter the sound through one to the other.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
literally.
I would see no reason why
The
not.
door is what? Only a couple meters from your actual chair to the situation room. You know
Well, yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
right here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It probably
Yeah.
has the door open. It's just talking through the door.
And then the chair that's actually even immediately adjacent to it is actually the sensors. So Ollie wouldn't even need to run all the way to the sensors array area. He can literally just sit inside the chair that generally controls it. You just prefer the solitude of being in the back of the ship. So you could actually just kind of push past Sid, who's right there, and
Scan it, yeah.
and just scan back the scanner. So Ollie, as you sit down and try to scan back the scanner, roll me your check.
While this is happening, by the way, I would like to politely tell her that we're being scanned. Something might be up. I will call you back, and I will like shut down the call, and I will leg it to weapons immediately.
Oh, let me know. And so now you actually have a haul to make. You actually are running through a few doorways, jumping over a bed, sort of a thing.
Yeah, that's why I started legging it immediately.
Yep.
That scan is going to take a few moments.
All right, so Icarus, you go try to scan the scanner. You pick up nothing. You aren't able to pick up anything of where it's coming from, what kind of scan it is, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, you can confirm the fact that you are in fact being scanned. What would you like to do from here? And don't forget, if you guys are at stations, you do have the little stations charts for cheat sheets.
Did we so did I like actually figure out there's a ship that can I like see the ship there, or is it just we're being
no
scanned?
ship. Yep, you just know that you're being scanned. Exactly.
Just know we're being scanned.
Yeah.
Are we still near that satellite?
Yes, you are within a quad quarter.
Quad sphere?
Quad sphere. Thank you. So who's rolling that? What for me? What was going on? Oh, were you guys looking at your handouts?
Wow.
No, I want to just keep looking for the ship.
So
I don't know if that's a comms thing, but
No,
I'm just
I
gonna
think-
I'm just gonna keep doing this over and over instead of sensor ghosting because they've already started. I just want to find out
So you
what's
just kind of
going
want to break through again. Awesome. What are you doing, Captain?
Probably support department bridge, and just gonna take preemptive evasive maneuvers. If it's not gonna throw off the scans or anything.
Okay. Wait, which one's bridge? I'm so sorry.
Projections, evasive maneuvers are 2 CP, but you know.
Basically piloting.
Oh, pilot. Gotcha. It's called bridge on the actual handout, but I named it pilot. Gotcha. Cool. So more or less, you're just making it so it's your ship, if it does get attacked out of nowhere.
Yeah, that we're already moving around and
We're not a stationary target for a fast attack craft coming up.
And what are you doing over there, sir?
I am readying up the weapons,
Awesome.
powering them up, that sort of thing.
It's nice too. He's like beep beep dink online and scanning, looking for nearby targets, and it kind of like feeds as like a couple second delay, feeds off of the scans that are being made by Icarus for in case there's any long range targets. Like Icarus will like pick up a celestial body, realize it's an asteroid. You already have like a ping on your map set like on your display saying like is that a target, but then it kind of like will change color and then disappear off your screen, sort of a thing. So as the three of you are just kind of like at your computers doing what you need to do to make sure things are good. Icarus, make another check for me, por favors. You unfortunately still can't find the other ship. This is funny. You usually roll very well. So
Silver luck,
you unfortunately
counteracting.
can't find that ship. It really is a bit of a ghost. It's hard to find. So you are currently not able to kind of like detect where these scans are coming from. Do you guys just continue evasive maneuvers, being prepared for fight while
are
Icarus
we
is
still
doing
being
that?
scanned?
The scanning signal is dying down now. You know what I mean? So now it's actually been far more difficult to detect where it's coming from. But the scanning signal is starting to die down. Like they're pretty much done with their scan.
I mean, we could sentry ghost.
It's a bit late for that
They've
now.
already scanned us. Why would we do that?
So they don't find us again.
But they
already know where we were.
they know who we
Where we
were. They know what we are.
are.
No, I want to find out what they are instead.
Yeah, at this point you might as well.
Yeah. You sensor ghost before you get found or in combat so that you drop us.
If
But,
the
like,
I mean, you
First
kind of
round?
like. I think you can like sense a ghost during to like disrupt it.
yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
If
yeah.
the first round was Sensor Ghost, that could have stopped like a lot of the information if it was successful. You know what I mean? That's a big if.
Yeah, they might have gotten like partial stuff, like oh, they're roughly this size, but we don't know specifically what underwear they're wearing, that sort of thing.
Attempt to pursue target and just go where the censoring is the strongest.
The
Do we
issue-
even
the
know
issue
that?
is that's what one of the things that Icarus has.
That's
been
what I'm
able to
looking
discern.
for.
Yep,
Oh, it's just a 360. We don't know where the sense is coming from.
correct. Ollie, you welcome to check one more time. As the signal dies. Okay. Strangely enough, it's coming from the satellite that you are actually hacked into. Almost like the satellite's using your hack uplink to then take information from
That's
you.
weird. We didn't hack the satellite yet.
Here you did. The end of
No.
last hour.
We said we were going to, and we never did, unless it was no checks involved.
I said there was no checks in. No, you did.
Oh.
You did roll.
Then I'm fairly sure we didn't.
Sid made a electronic check.
Oh,
yeah,
Sid did
yeah.
it with electronics
And then you did-
instead of hacking. I didn't think that was actually for hacking. I thought that was for setting it up.
That was for setting it up too.
Well, okay. I guess we hacked it.
No, remember,
and we're being
Ikelis
hacked
also
back.
did a decryption check. If you
No.
look, Sid did a 9 electronics and Ikelis did a 12 decryption. And everything
Weird.
after that has been you sensing backwards.
Hmm.
Yeah, that happened.
Weird.
Okay, it's all good though.
Yeah, no, we would have. It's just I don't remember it happening.
No, it's good. So, strangely enough, as the signal is dying down, you realized the signal was actually coming from the same satellite that you had hacked into.
Can Sid open
Wow.
a frequency towards the satellite?
Can you do a what? Open a frequency towards it?
Like, open the comm communications with them?
Is this going to be like an open communication or what?
Just open communication signals generally towards that satellite for.
Sure. So it's kind of like a varying frequency to grab to them. Okay, go ahead. Towards the satellite.
Okay. And, Sid's gonna, before hitting the unmute button, like, is it okay if I do this?
It's
What's
a
the
satellite.
plan?
It won't respond.
Yeah, but whoever's connected to it might.
What exactly are you planning to tell them? Hi, we're pirate hunters?
No, just, hi, we see you, you see us. The usual stuff.
That might just spook them further into killing hostages.
Well, they
Doing
already
anything
know-
makes us more suspicious.
We are literally here to give them money, correct?
We have a frequency designed for that. Doing it any other way has a chance the hostages are killed.
It would literally tell them that, hey, we know your background organization structure thing. We know you're hiding somewhere here.
They already scanned us, though. They already know we're here.
They don't know who they are. They
Scanning
don't know
us
why
is-
we're here.
Yeah. They don't know we've twigged on yet. They scanned our ship. They don't know exactly
And this
what
is a
we're up to.
satellite designed to scan ships. It might have just been doing its normal function in a slightly abnormal way.
Okay. And so just closes comms.
Okay. And so that it's passed. What do you guys do from here? We have 5 million credits.
Go out and get a battleship.
What
Say,
if we contact the frequency and then you keep them on the line long enough so that we can try and trace the system, trace the signal? I say we because I'm very low on processing and I definitely want Sid's help.
I mean, Sid did and talk to people for a long time.
Sid is
No,
literally
yeah, that's an
the-
even better idea. Just keep Sid. This is what Sid's born for, keeping people talking about nothing, so we can
Yeah.
do the call. That's
So-
my current idea of what to do next.
If at all possible, Sid, try to arrange it so that we do a face-to-face meeting with the people there present, because we're not going to give them the money before we know that the people are safe and will be released. We're not just going to send them 5 million and hope for the best.
Yeah. So it's one of those, you're here to bullshit, but while you're bullshitting, also try to get this accomplished.
Try and actually do your job while bullshitting.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like
Yeah.
work. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So Sid, you guys kind of get yourselves ready or whatever, and let's say it takes you like 5 minutes or whatever to kind of get everybody situated. Maybe you get a glass of water so you have it, by your terminal in case you need it.
Why would you be prepared for something in advance? That's silly.
Why would you have a glass of water near all these electronics in space?
It's space. They're waterproof.
Yeah.
It's a Solarian ship. It is waterproof.
It is waterproof.
This ship is designed to go through water.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is when 5 minutes are up and Carline's like, oh, need a few more. Hasn't left the, so you guys, open up comms, Sid, use. dial up the frequency.
Yep.
And you open up comms. You open up saying something, or you just kind of like hail for them to open comms to you?
So it's going to open up saying something, of course. So it gets the first and the last word in every conversation.
You hail with a message. Go.
It's like, good morning, evening, or whatever fucking time it is. I'm Sid Mac, your pay person? I don't know the exact term for it, but we have the money for the hostages.
It's like a 5-second pause. Calvin here. You have what?
Money, hostages. I was sent here to set things up and give you guys money for apparently hostages.
Oh, wait a second. You brought it. You're here. You're ready.
I mean, I am. I was just told to come here.
Wonderful. This is great. I would love to make the transaction and have the deal go. Now listen, I don't need it to get messy. I'm sure you don't need it to get messy. Are we gonna have a problem? You said Mac?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay, so Mac, neither one of us want this to get messy, right?
I mean, I hope not. I personally suck at fighting. I actually have been shot in the chest before. I was technically dead for like 5 minutes. I do not like messy.
So am I gonna get a little hack roll going on?
Go for it.
Look, Sid is bullshitting with this guy.
Of course.
I'm actually gonna use my last processing as well.
I had to wait for Frank. I had to prompt Frank to actually say some bullshit. Like, you can't say Frank bullshit, but did not give him an opportunity to bullshit.
I know, I'm great at bullshitting.
All right.
Yeah.
A 15 is not that good. So, yeah, a 15, you're definitely going to be hacking into tracing that signal backwards. So, funny enough, the signal is actually being relayed a couple of different ways. So, it is actually coming from off-world, but it's actually being relayed and pinged through all 4 of those different empty facilities. Being sent down, ding, 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 up to the satellite, and then to you. So it's like every time you hit one, you're like, okay, fat do it.
Okay, so it's making it look like it's coming from on world, but it's from off world.
Correct.
Okay, I will keep trying.
They're probably also in. Oh, my apologies. You got a 15. I'm so sorry. I explained that stuff. You know that they're also in orbit of this planet, just not.
Oh.
There you go.
I will then relay that in text form that we need to search the rest of the orbit of the planet.
You can also say, can you hit mute like one of the times that Sid hits you in the sky saying something?
No, Sid doesn't press mute.
No, Sid never presses mute.
There's no off button on Sid.
Things via text. It's the same to him.
So what do you say to Sid exactly?
Right, I just say it's an orbit. We just have to keep looking for it. They're in orbit.
I mean, we could scan.
So
We have to fly around and scan
Oh, Sid loves flying.
while you're talking.
Yeah, so that sounds easy.
That's just 2 of the best things in Sid's world combined together.
Personally, I dance and sing when I drive, so this is not very off character for me personally.
I hate that.
try being a dad where you're dancing and singing and doing it to somebody who's in the back seat that can only be seen through a mirror.
Yeah, no,
Which means your mirror is not set in a way that you can see the cars behind you. You got to use those mirrors for that.
Yeah, that's what those mirrors are for.
Super safe. So, anyways, you, Sid, my apologies. So after Sid's been rattling on for a while, telling all these different stories. Okay, Mac. Okay, enough with your life story. Let's meet. Do you have any terms? Because you know mine. I don't want it messy, and I need the $5 million.
No, I guess the only
Carmine
term
would have sent over like a text message like, we want the hostages there before we transfer the money. We need to see that they're safe, that sort of thing. Basically a little checklist, like we need to know that they're there before we actually do anything.
That's exactly what Sid was about to say too. So it was like, the only terms that I guess I was given is they want to do it on ground and to see the hostages alive? Are they all alien?
You asked that?
Yeah.
There's some bird people and humans over there.
Yeah. Just kind of feels icky.
What?
Paying for aliens.
Oh yeah, I know. Honestly, it was one of those things where the sad part is we had to value them more. Lions, they're so fucked up. So
Yeah.
So listen, this is how we're gonna do this. Okay? Obviously, you want to see them first, and none of us want to scratch that itchy finger, right? So we're gonna have you pull up your ship. We're gonna send you coordinates. You're gonna drop your ship there. After you land your vessel, we'll send you different coordinates for you to walk to, where you'll be able to find them nice and safe and neat waiting for you. We will have the exchange at the second location. You're more than welcome to take all of them back to your ship, and they can leave. All of them have functioning suits. Any of the ones that have been punctured were plugged up to make sure that they can get across this world and back onto your ship. No questions.
Injuries are medical that we need to take care of, or
I mean,
good mental health.
some of them they're breathing. Let's just say some of them are breathing.
Yeah, that's all I care.
They're all breathing. Yes, they're all breathing. Some of them a little laboriously.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
So, coordinates, when you land, we'll know. We'll send you second coordinates for you to walk to, and we'll meet you there with for the exchange.
Yeah, well, sounds like a deal.
All right. So, he sends you. So the call ends. Sends you coordinates. You got Eichless almost immediately is able to run a diagnostic across the planet. Eichless, what you can see is that the coordinates that they sent to you happen to put you into a location that's over near one of the facilities. Coincidentally, not one of the facilities that belongs to the company that guy does. It's actually one of the facilities that belongs to the company that the girl works for.
I was right.
The first one, right?
Yes. So,
Yeah, she never did reach back to us, did she?
She didn't. It's been, not even 24 hours. She has not reached back to you yet. So, that facility is where the coordinates, it puts you like very close to there, probably about a 30-minute-ish walk there if they're moving at a healthy pace. Away from there. So your assumption is probably, oh, that's where they want us to go, is to the facility. Do you relay this information?
Yeah.
Okay. So you relay the information to the rest of the party. What's the decision? What do you do?
Still just see if to fly.
This is a Carmine mission.
Yeah. Can we scan the facility while we're on approach? Like, as covertly as
They
possible?
might know.
You
mean, I
can.
could-
You've scanned it before, so you can.
Would it really be
intentionally
so
fly
weird
over
for
it.
us to scan something that we're about to fly up and park towards? I don't think it will raise too much suspicion.
And you can intentionally fly over it on your landing, too. It's also
Yeah.
kind of showing your
Right.
hand, like saying, I know this is probably where you're sending me. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Tim would 100% fly over it if given the opportunity.
Awesome. So why don't you run a scan there, Ollie Ollie? I didn't say oxen free.
Well, now you've referenced it. So you lost any good boy points you had.
You
Also, I would make sure to take the 5 million credits on like a physical cred stick.
You would take what?
Physical cred stick, 5 million.
5 million. Gotcha. There you go. Okay. So, running a scan of the station, you're getting the same thing as beforehand. Unfortunately, it's difficult to try to get scanners through the types of materials that you're trying to get through. So, because most of the station itself is even underground, only part of it is above ground, like the entrance and whatnot. So, you do fly over and you land down to the coordinates that they had sent to you. Pretty much as soon as you land on those coordinates, they do in fact send you secondary coordinates to that station itself. Funny enough, that station does have docking bays and whatnot, but obviously that's not their intention. So do you guys just get out the vessel and start walking that direction?
I would actually suggest that Icarus stays behind for now, and like ready to fly the ship. Because they wouldn't be able to pick Icarus up as a life sign.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also, I used all my processing, so I'm not very good at combat right now. Sure. I'll also, stay within view of the loading bay. So if you're running back and problem happens, I can snipe.
I mean, it's 30 minutes away.
I said running back. Also, 30 minutes away, walking pace, ice world. Chance that's still within sniper range.
It is.
Yeah.
How flat is it?
I actually will set up like with the cargo bay doors that are sort of not very good, but a sniper position.
Yep. Obviously, you're gonna leave them closed for as long as possible, so you're not using like Atmo or whatever. But because you have to keep things ready for them. But if need be, you can open it in moments. You know what I mean?
Or a blind question. What's the range on the sniper rifle compared to the railgun that we have?
Railgun is 4,000 meters short range.
This is 3K, so
Yeah. So the railgun's the better sniper rifle here.
yeah, but it's Carmine's gun.
So
I'm probably not going to bring it because I'm going to roll up with the railgun. It's like, yo!
If you want me to have the railgun for this to cover you,
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Two
All right.
things. One, you're more than welcome to use the railgun. I will not try to deter that. Two, would Icarus want to use the railgun, or do Icarus prefer the more precision weapon? Because three, using a sniper rifle, you choose your target. Using your railgun, you choose an area.
In this case, hostages, sniper. But you know what? The railgun will be, and considering where you described it, I'll actually be at one of the airlocks, with the airlock open, because I don't need air. I will be able to then run and turn on the ship if we need it quickly.
Of course.
And I'll have the sniper with the railgun beside me, just in case.
Obviously,
I call it the Carmine plan.
It's the Carmine carbine.
The Carmine problem solver.
So, obviously, Carmine would have grabbed a tripod or quad pod to hold this this thing up for.
Yeah, unfortunately, this slightly less bulky body, I have to actually use tripods and things.
Just use one of the VIs in your old body.
Because they can't do the things.
I was actually surprised you didn't just have Vivian set up to fly the ship over if need be.
Because we haven't put her in yet.
That would take more than a day.
Yeah. If we had that, then I'd be with you because I have a sword and a gun.
I would suggest that you power up like Ecta. Just as like a second hand.
As a medical for when they come in, and
as an extra trooper.
He can't. These guys basically can't fight.
That'd be hilarious, Hector. You be like chased into the hall by one of these bad guys. That man needs an operation immediately. He's been shot. Hector goes like, "Oh, okay."
If you haven't noticed,
I'm sorry.
Icarus has done for precision things in that body. Hector just needs to stop complaining. And if he stops
but even in like the worst case scenario, giving Hector a gun and just being like, Hector, go shoot in that direction. It's gonna distract him. Like it's a big sonking mech just shooting at them suddenly.
Yeah, but then you're also having a chance of breaking all these bodies.
You suggest that plan. Icarus nods and does not turn on Hector.
Ah, nice. All right, I have the railgun. You have already.
I will turn him on if I need him, but I'm not gonna use them as war machines.
So you guys are the two of you, the squishies, in their little carapace, are going to make your way to. Every time I say carapace, I think catpace. Sorry. So you guys make your way to the. To be fair though, Ollie, I look at you and I also think cat piss. And,
I mean, I look like I smell of cat piss. I'll be honest.
Or just litter in general.
Yeah, I smell of cat.
Yeah,
I probably do.
I don't. So moving on, you make your way, trekking across the ice and snow and whatnot. The terrain, that's specifically the place where they coordinated for you to land, is favorable terrain for walking over to where you're heading to, but it is only about a mile, which is what 1.6 kilometers, or how does that work out again? Do you remember? It's 1.6 kilometers. Yeah. So it's only about like 1.6 kilometers. It's only about a mile that you're walking. It's just you're slipping, your foot gets stuck, stuff like that. You know, it's cold. It's a bit difficult, but you do make your way there. So eventually you are able to get to there are way worse terrains. You do get into the facility. You walk up to the facility, and you can actually see as you walk up to the facility, clearly the little panel there has like a red light to it that says like this is locked. So like as you walk up to it, you know it's locked. As you're like actually approaching it, you see it goes from red to blink, 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 green. And you walk in. As soon as you walk into the facility, you can actually see there is immediately on the inside of it a whole bunch of people that are sitting around a room. No ties, no gags, no anything. It's mostly Taurians, some humans sitting around a room. But also what you see around that room is a whole bunch of turrets. 4 turrets hooked up that can hit any corner of that room, and many of them all at the same time.
So these are all the Alliance people that were...
As you guys come walking in, as soon as you come walking in, the two of you, you can see that one of the Taurians starts like cussing in Taurian. It's kind of new to you, Sid, so you have a hard time making out what he said. However, to you, Carmine, you actually know that he says more of this human scum that dishonors their people and will cause galactic war.
Just an average Turian then. Okay, got it. I just look at him, ignore him. Like, what's the state these people are in? Some of them were injured, obviously. How bad are they?
So out of the crew of about 55 or so, not 55, my apologies. Out of the crew of about 30 or so that are in here, about half of them are completely uninjured whatsoever. The other half have varying degrees of wounds. Could be something as simple as, you know, they've got a bandage on an arm, but like you can clearly tell the wounds are old. You're actually going to see 5 of them are straight up on stretchers, people overlooking them. You know what I mean? Either because they had a severe injury that was handled well, and so somehow they're still alive despite the severity of the injury, or others because they had a mild injury but it got infected, and so it's getting really bad.
Are there any traces of, like, guards outside of the turrets?
Nope, just the turrets inside here. And they haven't moved or anything like that, but you imagine that they're online.
Can I identify the captain?
You can just call, not from just immediately looking around the room, unfortunately, because Taurians don't really decorate their armor the same way humans do. You know who's in charge by the way that they stand and whatnot, but in this scenario, it's kind of hard to see, at least with a quick glance around. You're welcome to call out their name.
Yeah, I'll just basically ask, like, I'm looking for Captain Takim.
You see one of the Taurians that is that's lying on one of the stretchers and clearly is not doing well. Goes to sit up a little bit, and somebody else has to aid him while another is telling him not to get up. He waves that person to his side, and they immediately listen, and they go to sit up.
Is this everyone? Is there anyone missing?
He like stares at you, full on stares at you for like a solid 3-4 seconds before he responds and says, "You're not one of them."
Correct. I'm here to get you all out of here.
Yes.
Good. And I kind of like try to take a moment to like inconspicuously like look up the room, judge your odds. Probably gonna take some casualties if we take out the turrets, but we should be able to save most of these people.
Is what you're thinking, or is that what you're saying?
Thinking. This is Carmine, like, Mind Palace mode.
Of course. If somebody had, like, sabotage or overload or something like that, that'd be so much more useful. Yeah.
That would be useful, yeah.
So anyways, so he's, So he sees you looking around, kind of calculating for a bit. He says, "What is your plan?"
Well, we have been given the funds to purchase your release. But he kind of gives that look like I'd rather kill them.
He, again, a practiced warrior. He sees that look, allows like a second for you to kind of like really fully express yourself, and responds saying, "This is a mission of diplomacy. I would like to rip from their, I would like to rip the spines from each of their backs. But if this mission is not successful, diplomacy is not successful. This is greater than my honor and yours. We must serve our peoples. We must serve them well."
So he's making it clear that he would like a peaceful resolution to all this.
He's giving his opinion, but not giving commands.
All right, I value your input.
You say, "I value your input." He nods. He does look to Sid at this point because he's been judging you heavily this whole time. He looks to Sid to kind of like see what Sid's doing. Obviously, everybody's watching both of you guys.
So, are there any like obvious security cameras, or is it just the turret cameras?
So the turrets all have their own cameras. No other ones are obvious.
I think Sid's just looking at one of the turrets and like arms folded. You know how kids like at the security cameras in stores? She's like making faces at it, just like,
Gotcha. Okay, well that answers the question.
Like, look for a reaction from it.
Huh?
Yeah.
What did you say, Frank? I'm so sorry.
She's looking for like a reaction, like if the person controlling it is going to like play along with her. Yeah.
No.
I've done that as a security guard because it's fun.
Yeah. It is not happening. She the cameras, sorry, the turrets stay on target, which is more or less they're set, and you can tell like just like a quick with like swath the room with death and blood. So anyways, the you guys, so now that you guys are kind of like sit there and situated and whatnot, and time has passed, you're in there for probably a total of like a minute and a half or so before finally you get on your Omni tool relayed. I assume Ollie's willing to do that. Relayed from the ship. What's his name coming in? Ollie, you can of course listen in on this as being relayed from the ship. So you get the more or less a hail on the Omni tool. Carmine and Sid and whatever. Probably to Sid actually. Would you send that to Sid? Icolas?
Carmine.
Oh, okay, you would send it to Carmine. So Carmine, you would get the ping.
This is Carmine.
They're all breathing?
For now, yes. Some of them don't seem to be in very good state, but they are alive.
Well, then let's not waste any time, because, you know, at this point it's kind of on your hands. So, every one of them, no questions, free and clear, walk back to your ship, take off, and leave. We will ask no questions. We will fire no rounds. 5 million credits.
And I have your word that we can leave safely?
Yeah, sure. You got my word. Yeah, you leave safely. We're no pock shots as you're leaving Atmo or nothing.
Reluctantly, Carmine will take like the cred chip and like plug it in his Omni tool and transfer the money.
Okay. Transfer the money over. So you don't even need to do the wireless transfer. Even. So can you? Yeah, I suppose you can do a wireless transfer.
You could just leave it here.
Yeah. No. The wireless transfer is fine. That's fine. So
actually, if we can just leave the cred stick here.
We need to confirm that it functions. So whether it be face to face or wireless, it's up to you. You said wireless, so we can go that way. That works.
I mean, you could just sit here with the chip.
So you pull out the credit chip, and you're kind of like looking at it. Obviously, like you said, very reluctant, and you're just kind of like plug it in, and you send the funds off. And you could actually hear one of those where it's like, yeah, and then like cuts off because clearly didn't press mute fast enough. It's completely silent for like 15 seconds or so, And it finally unmutes it. Yeah. All right. Everything's good. You're free and clear to leave. I wish you a safe journey home.
Thank you. And he struggling to get the words out of his mouth, but yeah. I'm gonna try to round up the people and get them moving. Try to provide triage where I can, but that's gonna wait until we get back to the ship.
Of course, you're not even gonna waste your time. You're not even gonna waste your time Omni-gel squirts. Just gonna be just get to the ship. We'll worry about it there.
Yeah, we have a med bay there.
Of course. So you actually also have cryo tubes. I don't know if you remember that. So
I do.
You guys are able to transport everybody back to the vessel. It's not an easy trek there. Actually, if you want to, you can even have Icarus pull a bit closer just to make the trek a little bit shorter for you, or you can just leave it stationary. It doesn't really matter. And so you get everybody back onto the vessel. Unfortunately, because you're taking on about 30 crew, a little bit more than, it is going to be incredibly crowded on the ship. It is not designed to handle this many people.
Yeah.
So you guys are one at a time loading everybody onto the vessel. For cryotubes, you have 2, 4, 6, 8 cryotubes.
We have 8, and you should definitely put the people who are most injured in tubes.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
The captain is extremely reluctant to be one of
The
those
captain
people.
is the exception.
Okay. So, unfortunately, roll me a first aid check there. Intelligence 1 there, Rick.
Sure.
You're able to tell that the captain either needs to be frozen or is probably going to die without you doing a similarly good check with first aid. Using Omni-gel, of course.
Medigel.
Medigel, my apologies. Hey,
Yeah, I will try to triage him as best as I can in the medical facilities.
Do you want to use a PPOL to go 4 dice? Or are you happy with the 3? I'm just offering because I didn't know if remember you could do that.
How many points do we have?
Frank, did you add the 3 on from the beginning of the set? Did I update it before? Let me just check. You have 4 points total.
Screw it. I'll burn 1.
Okay, so you have 3 points total. Frank, you want to throw those notches on there to make sure there's 3 total? All right, and so you, using the medical facilities and everything, you are able to fix his wounds well enough that he's actually going to make it. He's going to be okay. He doesn't want to be frozen. So the other 8 most injured people will be cryogenically frozen. The whole ship is super uncomfortable, but luckily you're currently carrying no cargo. So it's actually safe for you to go to and from. Of course, this is something that Icarus notices because the mine that you guys happen to be in iridium mine, and obviously Icarus knew, is it propriety, you know what I mean, or money, and Icarus actually doesn't have value for money, so he wouldn't even remind them of the iridium thing.
I was keeping track of it, but it's irrelevant, really.
Yeah.
We're on a humanitarian mission right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you fill up your cargo area for maybe other injured ones to lend out beds. There's actually beds on your ship that you guys don't use all the time anyways.
Exactly.
And it becomes an uncomfortable scenario where your ship is very, very overstocked, and it's going to kind of blow through your but you're fine. You actually are able to get out of there. Where it is that you're supposed to fly to drop off this crew is actually going to be back to that first world that you went to beforehand, whose name is killing me because I can't remember at the moment.
Oliveira?
No, the one from when you first left.
Pax.
Give me 1 second, I'm going to get it.
I don't know.
This system or the system we were in before?
The system you were in originally, not the last session.
Arcturus?
Arcturus Station.
Yeah, so not Arcturus. It was the... Just give me 1 second. That way we don't just keep throwing it back and forth. It's going to be inside the Exodus cluster.
Earth?
The Exodus cluster. And I'm so sorry. I forgot what it was. The name of the...
You have a lot of goofy
Terranova.
sci-fi names to remember.
Terranova.
Oh, is that the place where we got the thing set up for the gas giants?
Correct.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we never went
Cool.
to it.
So Terra Nova, you're able to go back there because that is a decent-sized Alliance facility that can certainly take all of these people in, so on and so forth. So you guys actually are able to fly all the way back to Terra Nova and drop them off.
I would like to pull the captain aside at some point and like inquire about his mission of diplomacy. I understand that, you know, things are classified, but I will let him know that it did ultimately weigh into my choice of doing it peacefully.
He says, the significance of this mission is we are trying to understand each other. Your people and my people are nothing alike, but yet we have some things in common. We have sent out a ship, a Taurian vessel with a predominantly human crew, and a human vessel with a predominantly Taurian crew, to see how well things will handle. Unfortunately, human vessels are extremely inferior compared to Taurian vessels, and when we were assaulted, we were not able to appropriately respond. We're looking to work with the humans to design potentially better models in the future. But for now, diplomacy is of the utmost significance because, again, had this, the other, or God forbid, or, you know, heavens forbid, spirits forbid, whatever, both of the vessels gone poorly, it could have led to another war between humanity and the hierarchy. We do not want this. I imagine you don't. I know my people in general don't.
There was a time when I may have felt different, but time and experience has changed my views for the better.
As have they mine. Were you at the first contact? Sorry, were you a part of Incident 319?
Don't think I was. I signed up afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I'll let him know. I basically signed up in response to that, but then through exposure, and yeah.
I understand. We had a couple of young upstarts that also re-entered into the active duty during that time as well, seeing humans as being a new threat. We were wrong. Potentially, you're going to be one of the greatest allies that the Citadel has acquired, but this will take time and dedication, patience, and hard decisions. Thank you for what you and those that you travel with have done for us today.
You're welcome. I hope the sacrifice will pay off in the future.
I do as well. And then, you know, he'll kind of like, you know, it's one of those things where you can clearly tell like he respects you three, you two as individuals and whatnot. And unfortunately, Constantini is not there to get her name like thrown in, like, no promotions. So anyways, after they leave and they go their separate way, you are able to once again reconnect with Rebecca. And
I would have definitely called her afterwards. It's like, yeah, we're okay, by the way, and everything went well. Due to the nature of their mission, I decided to go and hand over the money. It is a sacrifice now, but it might help the Alliance later.
Everyone here understood what they were sacrificing for. We're fine. We'll be fine. So don't worry about the fact that the money was spent. If everyone was saved, that's all that matters. Carmine, I owe you, like you couldn't even believe. I'd love to give you a hug after this. We'll see each other again. But in the meanwhile, I'm writing that letter of recommendation to Arcturus Station now, and considering what has happened, as are my superiors. I wouldn't be surprised if after this they give you the go-ahead. I hope that things worked out well on your side. And so she kind of like ends things with you. Unfortunately, there's no reward they can give. Yeah, I don't even know if you ask, but she literally says there's no reward we can give.
No, they just spent $5 million to get people back. I'm not gonna ask like, hey,
you didn't spare 100K.
We also made off like bandits with a jack and a railgun, so lucrative for all involved.
So also while you guys are back on Terra Nova, Ben comes running up and like gives like a jumping tackle hug to Sid, like, oh my god, I missed you so much, it's been years. Ben, that's his name, right?
Do you mean Dylan?
Dylan! Damn it!
He's
Dylan does
been bamboozled.
a running tackle hug. And he's like, I missed you so much. I can't believe you've been gone for years. It's been less than a month.
Like 2 weeks.
Listen, okay, listen. I've been working with them. I've been arguing with them. And okay. You're stubborn. I get it. You're stubborn. You know what you like. You know what you want. I get it. Listen, if you come to 6 months of training, 6 months, and pass the tests at the end of them, they're going to allow us to fly on an Alliance cruiser. They've seen the records of what you've been able to do, the records. We've been able to pull them from Tyerma, from what you were able to do there, from your piloting there. They said they'll allow you to be the 5th pilot of an Alliance cruiser. I can be an understudy to one of the lieutenants that are in the engineering. Sid.
I think Sid pulls up on like her OmniTool Space Wikipedia. Cruiser. She doesn't know what a cruiser is.
I would show pictures, because I probably have them on hand.
It's a big old boat.
Kind of looks back at the Veil. It's like, I get to fly it?
5th pilot. If you pass all the tests, 5th pilot. Yes.
What's a 5th pilot?
You get the there's always the 1st and 2nd pilot flying out of the 3 pilots that are actively flying ships of that size. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th pilots switch out depending on like the shift and
It's a good night shift. Got it.
yeah. Well, no combat yet, but I said in less than a month you could convince them to have you handle the jumps.
There's always room for promotion as well.
I just want to fly.
Listen, I read this story about this one pilot. His name was Rockwell. He completely showed up his commanding officer in the middle of a fight. And was promoted like incredibly from there.
Carmine would, just for the fun of it, reference that incident. It's like, oh, is that the battle where that and that happened?
Yeah, see, even Carmine knows about it. Sid, don't be a bull.
I'll have to think about it. Is there anyone else I can talk to about it?
Yeah. And then the kind of like leads you to go talk to some people, like recruiters, more or less.
End of Sid.
Yeah.
Walking off into the sunset.
Yeah, with her
moving on to a bigger boat
with her childhood friend. And in case you didn't know, this was actually the last session of, at the very least, this campaign, this time frame, this like time slot that Frank is going to be able to play with us for a long time, because Frank is moving to California, getting a new job, and being a big boy. So
he's got a real job.
He'll be a summer school teacher.
Yay! So that we can
maybe a regular teacher after that. I don't know yet.
Yay! Frank's gonna mold the minds of young people. That's frightening. So so we can wrap this up, because Ollie obviously has to go take a break before he sets up for his next show. Why don't we do the walk around? Rick, who are you? How can I find you?
Hi, my name is Rick. I go by Derb Digital on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and all the places. There's not going to be any videos for a bit because I've had some hardware issues. That means that I don't really have any output space to render stuff into. It's kind of annoying. And I'm going to be hopping on a plane at like 6 in the morning tomorrow, so that's fun. I'll be gone until Monday, so...
Mind you, it's 7
no videos,
PM.
I guess.
It's 7 p.m. right now for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
I got like 4 hours of sleep before this. I'm going to try to get some more after this. It's going to be fun.
Go nap, sir. Frank, for the last time, at least for a long time, who are you? How can we find you? Why do we care?
Hi, I'm Control Alt Frank. You can find me at Control Alt Frank on Twitch, Twitter, etc. I'm moving to California on Friday, unfortunately, as you guys heard. So I'm going to be out of contact for a while. Hopefully my new laptop arrives before I leave, because if it doesn't, well, fuck you, Amazon.
All right. Well, on that note, fuck you, Amazon. Ollie.
I'm live in an hour on my show.
Join us over at 2 p.m. EST, twitch.tv/Ollyrant, where we're going to watch Haven make love to Dean Cuddy. Not Gil. Dean Cuddy. Goodbye. I want Dean Cuddy so bad.